Okay, now let's talk about the par yield for a certain bond maturity. So the definition of the par yield is not very complicated. Basically, for a certain bond maturity, par yield is the coupon rate that causes the bond price equal to its face value. In other words, if you consider the present value of this cash flow that is received by the holder of the bond, that should be equal to the face value of the same bond. And in order to solve the par yield, basically we denote the coupon rate by coupon rate C% per annum. So this is divided by 2. So every 6 months, the holder of the bond receives C over 2, discounted with the appropriate zero rates given. So if we want to solve this equation with respect to C, which is the par yield, we can denote each of these discount factors as D1, D2, D3, and so on. And you can solve for C by taking everything on the left side to the right hand side. So you have 100 this term times the last discount factor. So you have 100 minus 100 times this D4. And in front of C, you have this 1/2. So that can come as multiplication by 2. And you divide C by, in order to obtain the C, you divide by this annuity term, which is the sum of the discount factors. So you can generalize this with this following notation. So notice that we have the face value, which is in this case 100, and most of the examples we consider 100 anyway, minus face value times the last discount factor times the frequency of the coupon payments. And in this case it is 2, but in some cases you might have annual coupon payments, so it can be equal to 1. And then you divide this by the annuity, which is the present value of $1 received at the lifetime of this bond, which is in this case given by this total summation. So the par yield is particularly useful when we talk about the swap rates, because basically when we say swap rate, two parties are exchanging different cash flows, and one of the parties is offering, let's say, a fixed payment on the equal frequencies, just like this coupon payment, and the other party might be offering the floating rate payments, which depends on the forward rates in the future, because the interest rates, let's say, per year will change after 1 year, and these are represented at time 0 using the forward rates. So in other words, the exchange between the floating rate versus the fixed rate given by the coupon payments here, par yield determines this exchange so that the floating rate cash flow equals to the fixed rate cash flow, and therefore the transaction can be a fair transaction at time 0.